policy. The difference is query and quality in our content.
So yeah, we are back, talking more and more. We have our website. For those of you who aren't aware, you go to your search box, address box, and type Cape. Visit capepalmasliberia.com. Visit capepalmasliberia.com. That's all in lowercase, all one word. Visit capepalmasliberia.com. And you could find us on Facebook. Facebook, that's Capamas News. Also, I have a personal account on Facebook, Rachford T. Gardner. And we also have a YouTube channel, Capamas News, Rachford T. Gardner. You could find us on those other platforms. So yeah, we got this thing with the increase in population. And this means that there's a heavier volume of traffic. I know this may sound funny to people in Monrovia because that's where you have traffic, insane traffic jams, unbelievable traffic jams. But this is something new to the folks around here. And it's mostly due to the increase in population and the fact that we now have pliable roads throughout the year. We have tiny little sedan cars coming down, tiny. I saw one maybe as small as a mini. You know, those of you in England will understand. Those tiny little mini cars. Yeah, they we have that size of car coming down, that category. So that's all part of it. There are a whole lot of cars down here. Motorcycles, of course, the guys are commercializing because trucks and whatnot can bring in goods and other services with relative ease. So, and that's good. Someone says there's a price to pay for development. Yes, I think so. However, the requisite authority in persons of like the superintendent, the district representative, PMAC jury, and other sub ministries or outposts of ministries should do something about it. Direct the traffic, conduct requisite trainings for the motorcyclists who are more often than not involved in accidents. Quite recently, my former neighbor, my late former neighbor's son, he's about 7 years, unfortunately had his foot broken. That should have been on Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon while walking from school. And this is not good. A young boy, promising little young man with a broken foot. And so we have to, something needs to be done about it. And I hope that the new radio station of the district representative, P. Mike Jury, sees reason to talk about this, to highlight, those are the things that should be highlighted on the radio, to create awareness, create the platform for people to talk about these things and mitigate ways forward in curbing or curtailing the rising incidence of these accidents and all of that. So, and also the Tubman University Radio, we hope that you do due diligence. Those are things you should be talking about, things that affect the community where you operate. It's important. I was able to participate in a phone-in program on that radio maybe a week or two weeks ago, and we were happy to see at least some result. Uh, they have the motorcycle union police trying to direct traffic, but the guys are doing a great job. However, they don't have that training, and so this is where the police should come in, the traffic division. Someone, in fact, called the traffic commander and said, "Oh, Gardner was on the radio and he was talking bad about the police." Can you imagine that? That's how toxic this place is. Everyone wants to make name, but I mean, you got me. You got me to contend with. I ain't afraid of nobody. You know that. I'm here, right here. You know where to find me. The next one is the issue of land. We have this issue where people lost their deeds and other requisite documents to their properties because of the war. Some were deliberately stolen from the archives, some were destroyed, some got missing in the process of escaping, whilst people tried leaving Liberia for safety. And so I think it should have been in July of this year, 2025, when I spoke with the superintendent, Henry Cole, in an interview at his office, and we made mention of something of the sort, that a committee be set up to sort of find people who could verify, because there's no way that those documents could be found because the archives were destroyed, and with many documents, some, as I said, did it on purpose just to claim other people's property. And so, but there are witnesses who can attest, especially in the Harper area and Pleebo area, where there's something brewing up, and I'm going to come to that later. People who can attest, who are still alive, to say, hey, this place belongs to we know that it belongs to the Weah family, it belongs to the Ellison family, it belongs to the Gardner, the Scott, the Tubman, or whatever family, because Harper is just small. In fact, the lots in Harper are smaller than one town lot in Harper is smaller than you have in other parts of Liberia. And it was because, as I learned, of the smallness, the size of Harper, and everyone had to get a piece. So in Central Harper area, one town lot is smaller uh, than even outside of Harper in areas like Tubman Town and Philadelphia and whatnot. So quickly on that issue in Pleebo, there's someone who from the blue came and started to claim an area around the entry point of Pleebo. If you know Pleebo, coming from Harper, the road that leads into CRC, formerly Firestone, they they just claim that the area is for them. This area, remember, it includes the St. Francis Catholic School. Just imagine all the years that St. Francis was built over there. The person came and said the land is theirs, and they started writing citations through the land commissioner in Plebo, urging people to come with their deeds and documents to substantiate their claims. Homes that were built in the 50s and 60s. This person, all of a sudden, out of the blue, comes out and says it's for them. And the land authority people are, kind of condoning this. And so we want to call on the lawmakers. You have oversight, the senators, the superintendent, to intervene in this matter, because we know how far land issues go nowadays in Liberia. Recently, there was a skirmish in Monrovia around the red light area, and we don't want any trouble here. So, Mr. Superintendent Henry Cole, the lawmakers, especially the senators and those district representatives, Plebo and Harper, and District 3, we want to call on you to look into this. I think the idea, you Superintendent Cole, you don't have to say this idea was brought up by Rashford, Himia Gardner, because maybe I shouldn't have a say here, but just find some other name or something, and let's set up this committee. These people cannot find those missing documents. There are no records in or trace in the archives, and anyone will just come and just sell land or claim ownership, go to the land authority people, maybe pay a few dollars in bribe, and boom, you say the land is theirs. And this is bad. This is really bad. So we want to stop here. We don't want to bore you out today. My name is Rashford Gardner. I'll see you next Sunday.